Thomson. The ball goes up. Tap down from Weiss. First up for North Geelong. Immediately out of the centre is Elzinger. A long kick to the lead of half forward. And you really don't get too much better than that. That's almost a replica of the start of the game, except that went Thomson's way first and then North's way. But this time, Paul Smith has taken the mark. Man on the mark, Andrew Aitchison is 40 metres out. 45-degree angle. We're absolutely behind the line of Paul Smith's kick on this occasion. So, Laurie, you can study the form from behind him. He moves in, looks good to start with. Runs toward the left-hand goal post. Kick the footy there. The wind has brought it back absolutely beautifully. So that's the start that North would have wanted in the third quarter. First goal for the quarter. Third goal to Smith. The ninth goal to North Geelong. 9-5-59. They trail Thomson now by 7 points. 10-6-66. Lexus win them third quarter scoreboard, and that took 1 minute.
Gee, that's using the wind to advantage. He definitely kicked far to the left, and if there was no wind, it would have gone either through the points or out of bounds. So he left the wind beautifully. It would have been just his bad luck if the wind had dropped, but it caught it, and it snuck in for a goal, and it's all it's got to do is split the two big posts. The umpire now looks around to make sure everybody's in position, and we'll start all over again. So he comes in now, and he throws the ball up with Weiss and Aiden in there, trying to get the ball, and Scown goes through the centre without it. Bowman cleans up, gives it back towards Scown. Scown on the ground, as he normally is, and trying to get the hold of the ball, because when Scown is within 6 inches of the ball, well, as far as he's concerned, nobody else is allowed to get near it. And the umpire will now rebounce the ball again. A little bit right of centre of the ground towards North Geelong centre forward. Weiss goes up, beaten that time by Aiden, and Weiss kicks the ball off the ground, gets hold of it again and kicks it properly, and goes down towards Smith, who takes, well, he nearly took a great mark that just punched out of his hands at the last minute. And now Smith, another chance to recover, picks the ball up in the forward pocket, tries to get the control, but Rowe picks it up from an absolutely impossible angle, kicks it towards the goal. Don't tell me he's kicked this. He has kicked that, and there wouldn't be any daylight from where he's had a shot from the actual true forward pocket position at Osborne Park, right in front of the members of the social club area. An impossible goal, except when you've got the talent of Michael Rowe.
Laurie, he's done it in the first quarter from that exact same spot. He couldn't do it again, surely.
Exact same kick.
He's unbelievable.
And you've got a lot of pull at North Geelong. Why play that man in the back line when he kicks goals like that? Come on, have a go.
That's what I'm trying to say. You know, you play your best attacking players in an attacking position.
So there we are, 3 minutes into the third quarter. North Geelong back within a point. 10-5-65. Thomson 10-6-66. The Lexus win them third quarter scoreboard, and a magnificent start for North Geelong in this quarter as the umpire back in the middle once again puts the ball in the air. Ruckman go at it. Anderton gets the tap down, but at the fall of the footy is Elzinger once again. Gets the kick before he's tackled. Goes towards centre wing. Now it's a foot race. Bowman, good pace. Picks up the footy. Does well. Kicks it low with the breeze. The lead there is from Jones in front of his opponent. Takes the comfortable chest mark.
Great shepherding too by Hesselwood there too on the Thomson play.
So, Sid Jones, the man on the mark, is at 50. Will take a very good kick to score. He's putting it to the goal square. That's where it's got to go. Rowe up high in the middle of the pack. Lowther picks up the footy. Long handball. Well, straight through Smith's legs. Clean bowled. He picks it up. Handball back to Jones. He can't control it. Now Forbes does well, and it's off the boot of Forbes, I think, the free kick. And, well, Hesselwood should get the free, but McDonald ran like a hare to get to
Jones is going to have it.
Sid Jones will get it.
So, well, the umpire, he knew who should have had the kick. As, well, it's been reversed. It's gone the other way. That's incredible. I thought it was off Forbes' leg, but that's not the way it went. Ball to centre wing. No player can touch the footy at the marking contest. Bowman again. Kicks it back into the head of the goal square. It's all Thomson back. Oh, Bowman's kicked the goal from 70.
He hasn't kicked it.
It landed on the ground. It's run 20 metres straight through the goal. And that is a goal to North Geelong. Off the boot of Steve Bowman from 70 metres out. And it gives North Geelong the lead. 11-5-71. Thomson 10-6-66. Lexus to win them third quarter scoreboard. 5 minutes gone.
Not much of him, Laurie, but gee, he's got talent.
He has got a lot of talent. He's a very good player. Yeah, Hasselwood out here has caused a bit of trouble. He's standing out here and no one wants to go to him.
Well, Lowther's the spare man in the back line.
Well, he doesn't know where to go. That's exactly right. It's a bit of a mismatch at the moment, and you know, he's looking over here. Should I go? Should I say? Or that question will be answered if it goes to him, because he should have gone.
Well, North Geelong are, well, on fire this early stage in the third quarter, doing everything they did in the first quarter and did nothing in the second. And the umpire puts the ball back into attack again. Thomson now taken out of the centre in Brett Anderton, and it goes down to Water. It's marked beautifully there by Cherry Nankervis. Nankervis kicks into the 4-4 position, but it's run out of attack beautifully by North Geelong and kicked up towards their half-back flank, where Jamie Weiss flies for the mark, can't take it, and there is Daniels trying to get control of the ball, but gets it down. I would have thought it might have been a mark, and it has been paid a mark, and it's to the Panther, I think.
No, I think it's Warwick Yates.
Warwick Yates. Yeah, I just saw the one on the side of his jumper, and I took a punt. And it goes down to Thompson's forward line position, held up by the wind. They're all on the ground again. I've got a feeling that North Geelong will get this out of there, across towards the back pocket, where Troy Elzinger will see the ball out of bounds for a throw-in. As I said, right in the forward pocket position on the far side of the ground, on the base side of North Geelong football ground. Brought back into play now, and the ruckman get involved there. Oh, Jamie Weiss, a big hit out. This hopefully it would go to a North Geelong player, but everyone's in there trying to get a stab at it now. And North Geelong are in there, Thomson in there, still in Thompson's forward line, very dangerous area. They're all mucking around there. Number 22, Riley's taken a kick
to goal.
Unbelievable. He's picked it up, he's taken the advantage, and he's kicked a goal. And Thomson have answered North Geelong's early attack on the goals by getting one themselves.
Well, it's given Thomson back to lead, 11-6-72. North Geelong 11-5-71 on the Lexus of Wyndham third quarter scoreboard. And Laurie, that was a fine answer from Thomson.
That was a fine answer. They worked hard around there, Rick. I thought that North Geelong might have cleared it because they were persisting in there, but so was Thomson. It wasn't fancy. I think it was Troy Feldman had a couple of goes at it. I think Lowther might have been there as well. Number 13 put his hands up a couple of times. There's a change already. Feldman's going to go down in the back half, so... That's the ball
from the middle. Handball came to Scown. He's away. The leads come there from Smith and well, that's about the third mark. He's dropped diving forward. Ball hooked around the body by Darryl Jones to full forward. It's going to land almost in the goal square. I think they're more than happy, the Russian defence, to rush it behind. And that's tied the ball game up. 11 goals, 6.72 apiece. Lexus of Wyndham third quarter scoreboard, and we've been playing 7.5 minutes.
This might turn into an absolute clinger at the end. It's quite shaping up. Both sides capable of kicking goals.
Well, that was a handy goal into the breeze, Dick. They've got to keep possession of the footy. That's what Thompson's got to do, because if North get it, they're going to kick goals.
So Aitchison, at least Armstrong, the short kick into Riley. He's kicked to the middle of the ground. It's clean bowled everyone except Elzinger. Picks it up in the centre. Goes back to full forward from behind row. Tried to take the big skyscraper. Doesn't happen. McLeod, handball out to Baxter. Baxter wide to centre wing, taken by Aitchison. Here goes Thomson again, along the outer wing. They got O'Connor on his own, takes the mark. He's got players running past, but decides to go back. Now he handball. The running player there was Dowie. Long kick to half forward. Lowther contesting with Hasselwood, and Scown comes into support. Hooks it around the body, looking for Bowman. Bounce to favours Bowman, comes around. Long handball to advantage. Oh, it was to advantage, but it's too long. And, well, the boy, the man Laurie was talking about, Troy Feldman, loose in defence, hooks around the body, and in the middle of the ground, O'Connor for Thomson takes the mark. O'Connor now, not too sure where to go, decides to chip short. Dowie has just run into the space and takes the mark contested. As Spence prepares to come on, Riley looks as if he's carrying a bit of an injury. In the meantime, it's Dowie. Huge kick to centre half forward against the Bruise. Panther almost paid the mark. The crumb picked up by Elzinger. Goes wide to Bowman. Handball to Scown, who's running. Spence gets onto the ground, does a magnificent smother. And, well, he decides to go back and tell Scown all about it. So... great work there by Thomson. Just came through the interchange bench Spence, and put the smother on the footy. So it's out of bounds. Half forward flank for Thomson. Coming through strongly. There's McDonald for North. Picks it up. Hooks it around the body. Bounces with the Bruise. Over at the head of a number of players. But Feldman playing loose on the background. Hasn't got a lot to kick to. But there's Baxter making space at centre half back. Goes across the ground for Thomson. Now it's a long kick looking for Armstrong. Out there is Zitko. He puts a spoil on the play. Does well, Zitko. Now can run to 50. He's put the long kick into the goal square. Row at the back. And, well, he gave Feldman a fair size push in the back, but he was holding his ground. And Michael Rowe 3 metres out.
You won't miss this one, will you, after kicking those other two?
Well, he's kicked 2 magnificent goals, and this should be an absolute soda for him after the other 2, but he moves in now. Man on the mark 3 metres out. Decides to run around.
Missed it.
Tried to do a check. Why would you do a check side lorry from there? That is unbelievable. Behind, but it does give the North Geelong side the lead. 11-7-73. Lead Thomson 11-6-72. Lex to win the third quarter scoreboard. 10.5 minutes gone.
I thought he moved down, Eric. He was going to drop it on the left foot, open it up just a little bit, and left footed in. It was as easy as all that. And for some reason or other, he decided to check
drop
one.
punt, you run straight at the goal and kick it like
so.
He was only 3 metres out.
We'll finally get the ball brought back into play. And then Sabali Armstrong had to go and do his own housekeeping then and go and grab the ball from behind the goals. He's looking up the ground. The sun appears to be in his eyes. A little bit difficult to see once the sun comes out here at North Geelong on the north-south ground. And up there, Feldman, lovely mark on the half-back flank in front of the old bloke, Sid Jones. 2 wily customers there, no problem about that. Feldman now looking for a lead up towards the centre, and it all goes down. Everyone misses it. Longstaff gets it, breaks through the pack, handballs, but it goes into a pack again, and the umpire says, hold on, fellas, I'll have another bounce or a throw-up, and we'll get this game moving again, hopefully. Umpire now checking to make sure all the players are in position, not too crowded, and he throws the ball up in the air. Weiss comes in with Atherton and gets a nice hit, but it goes down to O'Connor from the Thomson Football Club, and the umpire picks a free kick out and it goes to O'Connor. Handballs it immediately across to Brett Dowie, who runs the ball straight into the attack at centre-half forward, and down there is Brett Wood, I think it might be, or it's Shane Lowther, kicks the ball, but it's wide and goes out towards the North Geelong player there in, just can't quite pick him up, for Chris Fries.
He's done a good job on Panther.
Yeah, he has, and the ball is now over the line and out of bounds, and a little bit scrappy at the moment, but I'm sure it'll pick up very shortly. And
it was probably advantage for Thomson when in real terms it wasn't an advantage.
I was going to ask you that question.
Yeah.
It wasn't, was it?
No. That's what
they should have brought that back then.
Yep.
Umpire brings the ball back into play now, and the ruckman go up looking for a decisive hit out, and they do a bit of volleyball there as Jamie Weiss with the big long handball, but it goes to the Thomson player, number 31, which is Terry Nankervis, and he kicks it for 1 point just off target there. Would have been a handy goal.
With that Terry had time.
Yeah. So it evens the scores up again. 11 goals, 7 apiece. North Geelong and Thomson. Lex have Wyndham's third quarter scoreboard. We've been playing 13 minutes. So now it's McDermott. Kicks to himself at fullback. Long kick. That's where you should be going. Straight down the ground. Russell Hearn is under it. Takes the mark. He kicks long to half forward. Smith. So 2 kicks. The ball to 10.5 forward for North Geelong. Another long kick to the goal square. Michael Rose at the back, and McLeod does well. Punches the ball toward the boundary, and good defensive work by McLeod of Thomson on that occasion, and sees the ball safely over in front of the change rooms here at Osborne Park. We've been playing 13 minutes, third quarter.
It was Russell Hearn of old, that wasn't charging out of the back line and looking for the beautiful pass there to Paul Smith. It was just fantastic.
Isn't that the way to come out of the fence? A long kick from the goal square to the middle.
Exactly.
So the ball now deep in the attacking area for North Geelong. As the wind gets hold of our van, we nearly end up out there. It
won't blow over Wallam, Eric.
So ball comes to ground. Thomson through Forbes on that occasion. Long handball to Feldman. Excuse me. Kips the ball to a very busy centre of the ground. Elzinger takes the footy. He's tackled and pinged for holding the ball. I thought from this side he was tackled high, but the umpire was on the blind side.
Try to remain unbiased.
And consequently, free kick to Dower. I guess the umpire, that particular umpire's paid that all day, so he's been consistent as Dower now for, or Dowie to half forward. Oh, Bowman, hell, without the footy, play on the umpire, picked up by Hood. Oh, it's all Thomson here. Lowther picks it up, the kick to the lead at full forward. Panther, the ball comes to ground, hooks it on the left foot, goes towards the goals. Unfortunately, doesn't hook it around far enough. It is running along the ground and out of bounds, 5 metres from the behind post. The boundary umpire still on centre wing, so he's got a bit of work to do to catch up as the ball moved very, very quickly for Thomson into that breeze on that occasion. So at 15 minutes into this third quarter, it is starting to look better and better for Thomson. They're restricting North Geelong at this moment as they, well, Weiss push the punt in the back, but North Geelong come away with it. Long kick out of defence by Hall.
Talk.
No talk by the Thomson players. Good call, Laurie. Smith, a long way from full forward. He's contesting the ball on centre wing, as also is Dowie. Umpire finally will come in and put the ball in the air. So, North Geelong, wide open forward line. Only 4 players inside the 50-metre forward arc.
And good coaching by Shane Stone, Eric. He's slipped Todd McLeod on to Rowie with probably matches him with speed.
So from the ball up on centre wing, picked up by Hearn, goes towards half forward, but it's all Thomson back there as Baxter takes the mark comfortably. Gets a call on centre wing from Feldman. Why wouldn't you go there? Decides to go longer to a contest. Gee, Aitchison, he set him a task, and good work, Bowman. Gets the ball to ground, unfortunately.
Out the full.
No, well...
oh,
no, it wasn't Dick.
No.
So right in front of us, Spence carried the ball over the boundary line, arguably off the leg below the knee.
Yeah, replay.
So in front of our broadcast position, the boundary umpire, 16 minutes into this third quarter, puts the ball back into play. Weiss does work with Anderton. Terrific work, Dowie, on that occasion. Can't take control of the footy. Now it stacks on the middle. The ball is... well, is it pushed out? Yeah, finally it comes out. Weiss puts to Hearn, throws himself forward, picked up by McDonald. Now the umpire surely will put a whistle on play. And a terrible passage of play there. Fortunately, it was right in front of us, so at least we could see what was happening. But the umpire now will put the ball in the air. Weiss and Anderton. Weiss clearly tapped down on that occasion, but Riley does well with his strength. Now Spence throws it out to O'Connor. Connor, I think he's pretty happy just to take it toward the boundary line. They keep it in play. Has, well, picked up by Barnett for North Geelong. Does well. A little chip pass to the middle of the ground. Mark not paid to Scown. Slips catch. Plays on quickly towards half forward. Smith and Aitchison. They battled out there. Darryl Jones. Well, he was pretty casual. Thought
he was a bit casual, wasn't he?
Thought he'd get the handball over to Smith. Unfortunately, the defensive player, would you believe it's Jones on Jones, forced the ball over the boundary line. So Rob Jones of Thomson playing on Darryl Jones for North. Don't get that too often. As the ball comes in, half forward flank, Jones of North does the ruck work. Darryl Hearn. Well, the handball went astray there to Troy Elzinga, and it's over the boundary line once again. So I guess, Laurie, this is really playing into Thomson's hands to some degree.
Certainly, Eric. That wind's quite blustery there and quite strong, and they demonstrated in the first 2 minutes what you've got to do: get it out, get it long, and get it through the big stick.
So the ball thrown in front of the change rooms. Weiss finds the front position. Finally, the ball comes back to him. Kicks it high. I think he's kicked it almost into Mallup Street City. It's out of bounds on the full by a long margin, and we'll wait now the ball to be returned. So. You've really got to hook those back, Laurie, into the corridor,
definitely. And it's a bit awkward for a big bloke like Weesey, though, I suppose, Eric. He's a fairly big boy.
Definitely as far out of bounds as what Wayne Harms was in the 1979 Grand Final.
So, memories, Dick, memories.
Yeah, never forget those things either.
So the free kick now going to Baxter in the last line of defence for Thomson. Kicks it high. Oh, Aitchison up high in the pack. Can't take the mark. Comes to ground through Hearn, but he can't control it either. And it's over the boundary line. Still half forward flank for North Geelong, and time's ticking by. Heading towards 19 minutes now in this third quarter. North Geelong desperately need to do a bit better. The scores are still level. 11-7 apiece. Weiss. Well, he's almost done it again. Kicked it off the ground out of that ruck contest. It's landed in the field of play this time in front of the change rooms, and we'll await the boundary umpire to make some ground, because Weiss probably gained 45 metres for his North Geelong side, and he'll rely now on Darryl Jones to do the ruck work against Anderton in the forward pocket. The ball comes in. Jones now does well. Unfortunately, Troy Feldman read it better. He picked up the crumb. The ball comes into Barnett, dives on the footy, pushes it forward. Gee whiz, taking some chances, the players. That's the way the umpires have been. The ball under the body, they've been paying the free kick. On that occasion, he doesn't. So just inside the 50-metre forward arc for North Geelong. The ball thrown in the air. Weiss, beautiful tap down on that occasion, but not to anybody. Picked up by Riley. For Thomson, kicks to the middle of the ground. Oh, Nankervis read it well. Ahead of his opponent there in Hall. Now Nankervis gets around, kicks it towards half forward. Ferguson in good position.
Geez, the wind held that up.
It certainly did. And showed a bit of courage there, Ferguson, because Lowther was descending on him from a great height. Kicks wide to the attacking wing. Mark taken by Weiss. Thought about a handball. Now kicks long to centre half forward. I'm not too sure whether it's, well, it was Darryl
great
Jones.
mark.
Brilliant mark on that occasion. Read it well. And the man on the mark is on the 50-metre line. But Darryl Jones now really has the wind howling behind him.
Yep.
And I would think you're going to have a shot.
Elzinger.
Oh, I'd have a shot if I was City's capable of kicking it from there. He's been practising for a lot of years.
Yeah, so Darryl Jones. Well, you need to get on with it because time's starting to get away. Sees the pass come from Smith.
Great pass.
Well, it was a lovely pass, a lovely lead, and that's a great contest. Aitchison and Smith, they're great players. And on that occasion, Smith only got a foot margin, but the kick from Darryl Jones in front of the face, the hands out, and Paul Smith now. Kick 3, and the man on the mark is 40 metres directly in front of goal. So Paul Smith now taking his time. And this is a goal North Geelong need, and they need a number more very, very quickly because it is 21 minutes gone as Paul Smith now prepares himself. Already seen him kick one from a similar position in this quarter as he moves in. Nice approach, gets it up into the breeze, and I tell you what, the goal umpire has not had any cause to move. It is Smith's 4th. And it gives North Geelong a 1-goal lead, 12-7-79. Lee Thomson, 11-7-73. Lex the Wyndham third quarter scoreboard, 21.5 minutes now gone.
Yeah, well, that was a lovely goal and a well-needed one for North Geelong. As you said, Eric, those stoppages around the ground, they use up a lot of time, and they were costing North Geelong dearly. They've got to slam on a couple more. They're trying to set up a mismatch here. They've got Scan out here now. There's nothing. That's a good ploy. Someone's got to come out here with it. Opens up that forward line. Get in there quickly.
That was goal number 50 for Paul Smith for the 2004 season. As the ball is bounced up once again by the umpire, nothing much has happened. The ball is scragged to the ground, and he'll start all over again. Yep, goal number 50 for Paul Smith. So he's coming along very nicely. Might be struggling to make 100, but had a very good year nonetheless. Ball bounced up once again, and once again there's a bit of a struggle in the centre as O'Connor tries to get it out for Thomson, and he does, and he gets it across to the running player in Brett Dowie. Dowie puts it down towards full forward, and a lovely mark taken down there by Thomson, and as he turns around...
Panther.
Was that a bit of experience, Eric?
Oh, yes.
He just body on body, just enough touch.
He just eased young Friars forward and took the comfortable chest mark, but he's a very good player, this bloke.
He is a good player, isn't he? Where did he come from? I must admit.
Ararat.
I haven't seen him around early in the season. What a pickup he's been.
There's another one. That's a lovely goal.
Doesn't bother him against the wind. So another goal to Thomson, and that really makes the scores really interesting now coming into nearly three-quarter time, Eric.
That line ball again, Dick. That's Panthers' third goal, and it's 12 goals, 7 apiece. Thomson and North Geelong. Lex the Wyndham third quarter scoreboard, and we've just ticked past 23 minutes, and I guess North would need 5 in 5 minutes.
Well, I've been watching some of the stoppages, Eric. North Geelong haven't been on they've been on the wrong side of the pack all the time. They're working with the theory that the wind's going to blow at this pack, and that exactly what happened there. It was able to get over. The Thomson were free on their side, no one on them. Once the ball goes there, they will run 15 metres without anyone putting a tackle on.
So the ball back in the middle as the umpire. Oh, Weiss, lovely tap forward for North Geelong, but nobody at the drop of the footy. Baxter attacks the footy for Thomson, kicks wide to the wing, and Terry Nankervis had a good quarter this quarter, takes another mark on half forward flank for Thomson, kicks the ball inboard, looking for a big pack of players there, comes to ground. McDermott tries to come clear, but it's a tug of war between the two players, and the umpire said it's not going anywhere. And it was just a show of strength between McDermott and Lowther on that occasion. And the umpire intervenes and will put the ball in the air. Weiss has got down there, does the ruck work for North, comes to Lowther. He's immediately tackled by Hesselwood. Gee, breaks the tackle, runs forward. I think he might have almost kicked it into Corio Bay.
He's missed everything.
So that's out of bounds on the full. Excuse me, adjacent to the behind post. So the ensuing free kick will go to Chris Fryers in the last line of defence for North Geelong. Needs to go straight down the ground. He's kicked it long towards centre wing. Big pack of players there. Anderton does the right thing, punches forward for Thomson, picked up by Hood. Handball's clear before he's tackled. Dowie runs onto the footy. Spence should shepherd for him. He doesn't. No, and ball's turned over to Bowman. The leads come from Scown on centre wing, just ahead of Feldman. Now goes long towards half forward to absolutely nobody. Elzinger's running at the footy. If he gets the bounce, it'll be fortunate for North, but O'Connor does well. Picks it up. Handball intercepted by Jones. Flicks it over to McDonald. McDonald now, the leads come from Smith at full forward. The ball doesn't reach him, unfortunately, and Aitchison back onto the footy. Falls over the boundary line. Very happy to take it over.
Deliberate.
Well, you would have got pinged at AFL level, I think.
Yes, there was absolutely no doubt of his intention, Andrew Aitchison, on that occasion. 25 metres from the behind post, and basically fell over the boundary line unassisted, but no free kick on that occasion. So the ball comes in now, deep in the attacking area for North Geelong. Gee, the wind held that throw in up. The handball comes back to McDonald, eludes a couple of players. Oh, great smother there, picked up by Hearn. Looking for some assistance. It's picked up by Smith. Well, that's nearly as bad as Jamie Weiss. I think it's way wide of the big timber. Out of bounds on the full. And I would think Thomson would be pretty happy, Laurie, with the position at the moment.
Yes, I'll go to their three-quarter huddle, Eric, with a lot of thought in what they're going to do in the last quarter. That's for sure. North Geelong have like the man pushing the barrow, I think they're going to have the job ahead of them.
Well, they're going to have to show a bit of class to come home against the Bruisers. 26 minutes gone, third quarter. Ball coming back to Chris Baxter for Thomson. The free kick out of bounds on the full. Michael Rose stands the mark. So Baxter now kicks as long as he can. The Bruise holds it up. Big pack of players there. Oh, Yates, one hand. Mark. Great mark. Decides to handball to Forbes. They're trying to run the ball into the Bruise. Thomson doing well. Off, and Nankervis almost takes the mark in the middle of the ground. Picked up by Flakemore. Over to Nankervis. He gets a handball out to Riley. He kicked, looks for the handball to Spence. He has some trouble picking it up. Gets it to O'Connor for Thomson. Oh, kicked to Lowther on his own. Goodness gracious me. Now the leads come from Panther, but in front of him is Flakemore. And terrific defence there by Barnett for North, but it's picked up by Riley. Goals open. Oh, Barnett again. Wonderful smother to keep the ball moving for North Geelong, and well, he picked it up. He's run toward the boundary, in fact won the footy, so he's run outside 50, long kick to centre wing, mark taken by Zitko. Now North, can they go forward? So Zitko now to centre half forward. He's got Ferguson, he's clear. If he picks the footy up, he's away. Has to kick it on the left foot. It's over the head of all players, heading towards the goal square. Rowe can't get it because McLeod takes it off him, takes it to the boundary. And a great passage of football from both sides there. North moved it very quickly, but Thomson fantastic in defence. 27.5 minutes gone, third quarter. Scores at level, 12 goals, 7 apiece.
Great play by Chris Barnett. Yeah. There he persisted, and he beat three Thomson players and was able to get the ball down quickly.
Ball's thrown in now in North Geelong's forward pocket position. They're all in there trying to have a ping in it now. They're getting a little bit scrappy as we come to the end of the third quarter. And I think the umpire might move in, and he does, and he says, I'll have a bounce. And see if we can start the proceedings all over again. But a bit scrappy in there at the moment. There's a lot of players over there in the North Geelong forward pocket. North Geelong desperate to get another goal before the bell. And Thomson desperate to try and stop North Geelong from scoring, get an advantage going into the last quarter. Sit out there, and it's now defended nicely. Well, it was going to be defended nicely by Thomson, but it's gone over the line and out of bounds. And I think the umpire might have played a free kick. And I think he's paid it to, well, I think it's going to go to Thomson somehow.
Was that on the full, was it?
It might have been, I think, Laurie. Yep, it's going to go to Thomson, and it looks like
Forbes, I think.
Forbes, I think, down there. Yeah, and Marcus Forbes. So Marcus Forbes now sends the ball back into play right up towards the half-back flank position for the Thomson side. And the ball comes down to the ground, picked up again. Thomson in there. They're the ones in front at the moment, and it goes over the line and out of bounds on the true half-back flank position or half-forward position for the North Geelong Football Club. Not much happening in this later part of the third quarter as both sides try to get some sort of an advantage going into the three-quarter time huddle. Thomson now with possession of the ball. It's O'Connor in there. He's trying to get out. North Geelong have got it. So they're right over the other side of the ground. And North Geelong still trying to get advantage. It goes in there. And that looks like... oh, gee, it's hard to pick over there. McDonald again. He's been in everything this afternoon. And the ball's kicked up high. And there's a mark. And I think it's been taken by North Geelong, I think. Yeah. I believe it has. And it's that fellow again. We've been watching him around the footy tracks here in Geelong for about 2 years now, since he played in the under-13s, and he's now 42 years of age. He's lining up now from about 40 metres out on the slightest of angle, but he's got the wind right on his tail, and you'd like to put the money down that Sid Jones won't miss this one, and he hasn't. So North Geelong go to a 1-goal lead as we come into the dying moments of the third quarter at Osborne Park, and that will lift the club immensely. That because I think they wanted to go in at three-quarter time with a decided advantage. Thomson, on the other hand, well, they know they've got the breeze in the last quarter, and it is a very, very helpful breeze indeed. It's certainly been the scoring in down that end of the ground.
So Lexus Wyndham third quarter scoreboard 13-7-85 North Geelong, 12-7-79 Thomson, and that's at 30 minutes into the third quarter, so not a lot of time left in this third quarter, I wouldn't think, although Thomson have kicked 2 goals and North 5, so would be some time on as the ball now thrown up in the middle once again. Weiss, big tap forward for North Geelong, but running onto the full. Well, Ferguson does well, gets it back to Cranage. Cranage has the lead from Smith. Unfortunately, the ball just drops too short for him. Coming through strongly, Zitko almost stole it. Couldn't go with the footy, however. Back towards centre wing. Oh, the Thomson players, they spoil one another. Picked up by McDonald as the siren sounds. It is three-quarter time here at Osborne Park. The three-quarter time scores will show North Geelong, the home side, 13-7-85. Leading Thomson, 12-7-79. For the home side, Thomson, the goal kickers to three-quarter time. Paul Smith has 4. 2 each to Michael Rowe, Ryan McDonald and Darryl Jones. And 1 each to Troy Greed, Chris Barnett, Steve Bowman. And for Thomson, Troy Feldman has 4, Ross Panther has 3, Brent Hood has 2, and 1 each to Shane Lowther, Noel Riley and Brett Dowie. Three-quarter time in our match day live this afternoon at Osborne Park. We will take a break, and when we come back, Dick and Laurie will summarise the third quarter of the match to three-quarter time. You're tuned to 94.7 The Pulse, the home of local football.